Hey, pass me my garment over there. Hey, shalom, shalom. Give me 1 second.
That's the only one that was right
I know, and that's the one that don't. I can hear Malcolm right now, but throw that in the garbage. Shalom, shalom.
there. Can you double check the audio?
Give us 1 second. All right, we good. Hey, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites, come to you week in, week out, prophesying the return of the Most High and His heavenly Son. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Badash. Yabalans, the apostles out of New York, Great Millstone, GMS. Understand, I came around the planet lifting up the name of Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful righteous elect ladies and the children, the hopeful righteous elect. May the Most High come and save us soon. Okay. No further ado, we're just gonna jump straight into it with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be what did it say? Stop playing, Chump. Talking about DJ to the wicked Chump. All right. Push the button. All right, push the button. Man, now this is going into what is going on in the Middle East right now. You have America playing patsy to the Zionists, BB and them, all right, BB's kids, Milkowski and them, all right, and they said it's going to be real quick. We're going to come in there, knock them out, and just to turn around for them to go months later, a month later or so now, asking other people for help.
Oh yeah.
And then being denied help from the other people. Oh, then we don't need you guys. Now we're gonna, hit something more than you ever hinting toward nuclear weaponry. Well, put it up there.
Yeah, you don't need anybody.
BB Milkowski begs the rest of the world to help the United States and Israel defeat Iran. I thought you didn't need no help though. Right. Right. Go ahead.
If you can't see it, it says, "Please die for us."
All right. Basically, trying to put that spirit.
There we go.
What was that? World War II in Japan. Battle of Midway. The kamikazes. It's an honorable thing to die for us. Hell no.
But if you go to see what's really been going on in that wicked vibration, it's really sad, and it's beautiful to us to see, because back in the day, America was built up to be that kingdom that nobody can't. We grew up in, where nobody can touch America. We're the greatest. America won't ever fall. Now you got Iran, some small compared to all these, major empires and their GDP and their, the amount of the citizens and, matter of fact, watch this. Let's just play a little bit. Where does Iran rank in population amongst all nations?
Iran is the 17th most populous nation in the world, with a population estimated to be over 93 million. It is one of the most populous countries in the Middle East, and its population is projected to stabilize above 100 million by 2050.
So they're number 17th, right? America is I know it's not number one, but it's up there, right? I know Israelis ain't nowhere number one, but we're triple the size of Iran. All right. So let's see. Play something.
Yeah, that's all for you. This is Isaiah 14:10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And that's basically the phase that we're getting into. All right, now America's still, the big bully, all right. But these little nations are fighting back now, and the big bully is kind of being stung, like, oh shit, what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and now everyone's looking like, okay, yeah, he ain't really that tough.
Right. Good. Now, see, now keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
With I just put in what's their GDP rank, and the GDP, the gross domestic product, what they output in the production, all right, is between 23rd and 36th in the world in terms of nominal GDP. So they're not a powerhouse in the top 10 of gross domestic produce of the planet. They're not in the top 10 in population. You know, they ain't in a lower rank. They'll be in the second tier, probably between the I think it was 20 something they said in population, and here between 23 and 36 in gross domestic product. So they're not a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So how is this small nation, who's not a powerhouse, who doesn't have a whole lot of people, who don't have a whole lot of money compared to America,
Hammer of the earth,
the hammer of the earth, and your ass hand it to you, Captain?
It's like the situation that happened in Vietnam.
Vietnam, I knew you was about to say.
It's the same thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then there was a video that I saw. Maybe you posted it about with the Iran. It was like I think a TikTok video, and they were going into the history of it. And nobody has gone into Iran like that and just taken it over. And it's because of the
terrain.
Yeah, the terrain, because it's like basically you got two I guess you could say like mountains, for lack of words, on each side, and it's just like protected by nature itself.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's what's going to see. The American troops are going to start realizing that, you know what I mean? Like, damn, this is not in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, you're trying to fight somebody on their home turf.
Exactly.
Then you got to think about it. They have a reason to fight. You know what I'm saying? This is about their land, culture, their people. Look, the common American, right, that signs up for the army, they're trying to just, get a Dodge Charger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it. That's why they signed up for the army and get, a house. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. These people are really fighting for, you know what I'm saying, their lives.
They will put their lives on.
Yeah.
America talk that shit, because they've been protected all this time, and it's America. So they got the American prideful spirit. Mm-hmm. Whole time, they weak as hell. Look at all these motherfuckers in America on fucking TikTok. Look at all these other fucking nations when they do their military shit. They ready.
But just Americans known for have their soldiers walking in high heels.
Oh,
all right.
God.
You see the Russia's soldiers, and like hurt, and the snow and the cold, wrestling bears. You know what I'm saying? Hitting tree bark and so hard to cut a tree with hitting them with their own fist. You know what I'm saying? And you go look at American shit. And they
mind you, they've been doing it since they were like 5.
Brother. They were raised that. Yes.
This is lightweight to them.
What the Beebs and what did the Beebs say to the one dude that said, bring him to Dagestan, lead 2-3 years, forget.
Forget. He said you can only call him once.
And forget. All right, that's the mindset. All right. I saw a little Russian girl. I mean, tactical with that. They put the little the knuckles on her hand, whatever the things, the brass, like those gloves, the gloves, and she was hitting that tree like, had it. I'm like, this little motherfucker claim. That's goddamn it, some of my bitch. Then you got these motherfuckers playing goddamn it Mario Kart. All right, they on video games. The American, you know what I'm saying? They on fentanyl.
Generals,
but they say I just Googled what you had said because I knew about it, but I went to see official bullshit. Iran is a highly mountainous country with over half of its area covered with the Zagros and Alborz ranges. These, along with the Central Mountains, ring a dry central plateau, shaping the nation's climate and culture. Key features include the 5,671 meter Mount Damyavand, Asia's highest volcano in the Alborz and the long, rugged, and oil-rich Zagros ranges. All right, so it's basically surrounded by mountains
Mhm.
with a plateau sort of in the middle. In order to wage war with them with troops on the ground, no money down, mighty America, they would have to airlift and drop in military. But then the problem comes in when they run out of supplies. They would
Mhm.
have to go ahead on and airlift and drop in supplies, ammunition, food, etc. In a war zone, planes. Let's look at what's going on right now. They Iran got missiles.
Mhm.
Now you was worried about them having nuclear missiles, which is the biggest hypocrisy, because everybody on the planet damn they got nukes. And you're gonna tell them, but you can't have none.
Right.
Nigga, I would be the same thing as Iran. I would be like, well, shit, I'm having me some missiles and I'm going to make me some nukes. And you want to come stop me from nuking? Come over here and get some buking because we gonna see. Because how the hell you over there and got your nukes, but I can have my nukes? Son of a bitch. And that's Esau Edom. He wanted everybody to be, he want to be nuked up and everybody not.
Right.
So he can be the big guy on the block and you by force and by, threats. All right, and this is what he's been known for, because his force and threats. But this was before the advent of AI. This is the advent before the computers and the technology that they have today. Iran has taken several hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of drones, $20,000 a piece. All right, to shoot a drone, and they'll shoot the missile at the drone. The missile costs $3 million. And it might catch it, it might not. All right. So look at the math. How many millions in 3 millions can you make drones? They can have 100 damn near drones for every one missile. And their drones are equipped with weapons, and so you're going to lose because you're spending. This is what they're doing. They're waging war in America, saying, okay, we're going to send 20 drones. And you can catch them with one of your missiles. Oh, you only need 15, 20 missiles. That's 20 missiles times 3 million versus 20 missiles times 20,000. Let's see who runs out of ammunition first. All right, but then that's that part of the warfare. All right, but then Iran is friends with who? Putin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Nate Dogg.
right, Nate Dogg and company, and China, right? So guess who's been telling them, hey, that bad system's over there. Hey, they got people right over here. So they're giving them intel, and so they're just popping off. They destroyed several $1 billion worth of American defense equipment already with the THAAD. They think there's 4 THAADs, and each THAAD is worth $2 or $3 billion.
And they exhausted the fuck out of it.
All right, now they're trying to go get the one they got in South Korea area and say, hey, we gonna need that. Let's run that. All right, this is showing you how, and we've been saying this for years. Americans done spread their army so thin.
Yeah.
You got 800. Matter of fact, let's go ask because I don't even. How many bases does America have worldwide?
This is Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim
The
ye
United
this
States.
among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what you see right now. The weak are saying that they're strong. I got shit too, buddy.
That's it.
Okay? Then it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's it.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's what I was thinking this whole time. At the end of the day, this is the Lord's will. Okay? And the Lord wants all these heathens, all these nations, to go to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yehoshaphat in the Hebrew, which means Yahweh's judgment, okay, to destroy them. And because really the Lord, what is it, controversy of Zion? The Lord is mad, you know what I'm saying, and what the heathen's done to us, and what the heathen's done to this earth, man.
That's it.
Okay? So the Lord's going to gather you all there, which we're seeing right now.
Yes.
And you're all going to die there.
That's it. It's going to be a great World War III.
Yeah.
All right. And it's not only going to be in the Middle East, it's going to be worldwide. And it's going to destroy utterly America. It's going to bust America into three pieces according to the scriptures. All right. And then the motherland is going to have to be destroyed, which is Israel, the true fatherland, motherland. All right. And then it has to be cleansed.
Yep.
And then and other parts of the earth as well. All right.
And they've been blasting the fuck out of
Come on, they've been hey,
hey,
fuck them up. This is but it says the United States operates a vast global network of approximately 750 to 800 military bases and at least 80 foreign countries and territories. These overseas installations, ranging from small radar sites to large Little America bases, represents the largest military presence in history, spanning every continent except Antarctica. And the thing is, you got all those military bases and military assets spread the fuck out. It takes, let's just see. Let's see. Hold on.
Just like Rome, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing that happened to the Roman Empire. Their armies here, there, everywhere, you know? And you can't do that. And then now the homeland, you know, is defenseless.
I was about to say that.
So that's it.
Come on.
That's right. This is America's a virgin daughter without without walls.
That's all
All right, somebody get that scripture. But it's someone gonna ask. Let me ask so I had the question I was gonna ask, but give me that scripture. That we have no walls here, right? Because this is gonna play into it too. How America's gonna be attacked too. These are old virgin daughter of Babylon, right? Which are to be destroyed. Okay, but okay, I got it. How long does it take for America's top ship to bring soldiers across the planet?
Can transport troops to the Middle East in under 10 days, traveling over 8,000 miles. Atlantic crossings, for example, from the US to Europe, usually take about 5 to 7 days.
All right, so it's going to take at least 10 days to go transfer one super carrier with, I forgot how many, like 3,000-4,000. How many soldiers can a super carrier of America hold?
Supercarriers like the Gerald R. Ford class typically hold around 4,500 to 5,000 personnel, which includes sailors, officers, and the air wing. They are not designed to transport large numbers of soldiers, but rather function as floating air bases supporting many aircraft and crew.
So they're not even meant to carry just soldiers. So they will have, in order to really put 100,000 troops on the ground, they would have to send boat, planes, and multi. He loved my seeds. Everything natural. He just jumped in the seeds. It's like chilling in the bag of seeds. Like how is this? Man, animals, bro. But I'm kind of wooed because it's all natural. He always do that with the stones. He do with the seeds and all that stuff. But you have to, like they said, this is not just for soldiers. So they really want to go drop logistically 20,000 soldiers or 100,000 soldiers on the ground. They'll have to do it in those Airbuses, and those Airbuses only carry certain hundreds at a time. It's a feat.
Yeah.
All right. So now here we got this mountainous region. It's all the circumference is mountains, and then inside the plateau, you have to get them there. Now, let's just put them in the mountains. You don't cross mountains like that. And then inside those mountains, they have underground bases. They actually have a lot of the missiles in the mountains. So they got all kind of traps up there.
Yep.
All right. So it's a logistical nightmare. Let alone you either got to fly them in, or you got to crawl them in, or you just got to try to fight them from a distance and nuke them. All right. They're basically screwed. All right. And now they're trying to play with and bring everybody else into it, but then everybody else is like, damn, we kind of did just attack them out of nowhere. We can't really, all their allies are saying we can't really fuck with that.
And look, man, I've been saying this for years. Every deal that America does, everyone else gets a short end of the stick.
Mhm.
Look, man, Europe is pissed. Okay, NATO's pissed. Everybody's pissed off at America. Nobody wants to deal with this war anymore. And that's how the prophecies are getting fulfilled. When in Revelation 17, the beast shall hate the whore.
Yeah.
We're seeing that happen right now. And then these, then you got DJ, you know what I'm saying, a fucking Trump. You know what I'm saying? He's so goddamn pompous and what do you say, more stout than his
We don't need anybody.
He said that. Then I saw this. Spain's like, look, man, you can't be doing that in our country. You can't just be coming in here and setting up shop, whatever they said.
Mm-hmm.
He said, look, man, we're still going to do it.
Mhm.
Fuck y'all, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm doing it. What are you going to do about it, buddy?
That's it. Now,
Come on,
since you
man.
said that, now somebody give me Revelations. Was that 17?
Yeah.
All right.
I got
This
that
is-
Isaiah 47.
God, hold that on that. This is I typed in why NATO is mad at the USA. As of March 2026, NATO allies are deeply strained by the US under President Donald Trump due to his threats to seize Danish territory, Greenland, his encouragement of Russia to attack allies not meeting spending targets, and transactional approach that insults the alliance unity, according to the BBC, PBS, and NPR. Key reasons is the Greenland dispute. Trump has repeatedly threatened to buy or seize Greenland from Denmark, a NATO ally, which allies view as a violation of NATO's commitment to resolve disputes peacefully. Defense spending and security guarantees. Trump has threatened not to defend NATO members who do not meet the 2% GDP defense spending target, even going so far as to tell Russia to do whatever the hell they want to those countries, according to CNN. Transactional approach. The U.S. has adopted a transactional approach to alliance commitments, with leaders questioning whether NATO serves U.S. interests, notes YouTube and the Bush Presidential Center, whatever that bullshit is. Lacks of consultation. Allies are frustrated by the lack of consultation on security operations, such as U.S. actions in the Strait of Hormuz. Then you can see that when Japan came over, the Japan reporter was like, why you guys didn't let us know you guys were about to attack these motherfuckers? And Trump was like, well, we want to surprise. Wait a minute, guys. Why you all didn't tell us about Pearl Harbor?
Right.
Look at that. When that was an inside fucking job, and so that was a false flag. It was not. That was not all what that seems. Just as they drew, that was done intentionally to pull America into. I give them a reason to go into World War II. Just as Gulf of Tungsten attack was done by America to pull America into Vietnam. So y'all don't know your history, okay? Just like that, everything is Esau is the devil, man.
Yep.
All right, he's a liar. All right, and he's full of shit. That's why we say stop bullshitting, stop playing games. Just drop the nuke. Just start kicking off. Be you.
It reminds me of American Psycho. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're right.
He had to put that that face on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That character. But
Yeah.
what do you say? I'm just simply not there. He just wanted to be him, man. I just want to kill that, this person, that person. Want to stab him, choke him, chop him up into pieces.
That's his
Just
name.
be you, E.
Be you.
God damn.
Stop trying to be PC.
He been a Hellboy. He's still grinding down his horns and shit. Man, just let them bitches go out and do what you do, man.
I got
Can't fit in.
Right.
This is Revelation 17 and 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, which the whore represents America, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And that represents, EU and NATO. Okay. These shall hate the whore, their own allies, mind you, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her with flesh and burn her with fire.
That's good.
And that's what's going to happen. Eventually, these allies are going to say, man, the root of the problem is that motherfucker right there.
That's it.
All right? And it says, for Yahweh hath put it in their hearts, meaning their minds, to fulfill his will. And you got to remember, at the end of the day, this is all the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled.
That's right. So now you got all these NATO nations which were cool with America, partners, ready to ride or die with them. But then over the years, it started with his first term. Remember when they first had meetings, he'll come bogart his way in and
They looked
pop
at
the
him.
collar, and they'll say, "Who the fuck this guy?" And then I immediately start talking shit to them.
Mhm.
You all them they never pay their fare. America always pays 3, 4, 5, 7%, 10%, but they don't do it. They don't do it. And he was always throwing shade in the bus. It was rumored that the so-called Americans, blew up the pipeline and blamed it. Blew up Russia's pipeline to Europe that they benefit off of, but they're gonna blow it up. Just where everybody looking at America like, "Bitch, you did this shit." You know what I'm saying? You've been over here. Matter of fact, I told brother this for years, and the elders and other brothers have been overseas echo it. I remember going over 20 years ago, going over to Scotland and Edinburgh and London and Holland and Amsterdam and so forth. And people always ask me, "Where you from?" I'm like, "From America." It was like, "Yeah, but where you really from?" And I always used to be like, "Damn." I got asked that so many times. It's like, what y'all know that I don't know?
Right.
You tell me. Nigga.
Right.
Shit, I've been trying to find this my life. All right. And then they'd be like, "Did you vote for Bush?" I'm like, "No, I don't vote." And then they'll say, "Okay, we like you then." They did not like Bush. They didn't like Clinton. They didn't like Chump. They didn't like none of them. All right. And why? Because America pushes off itself to be the creme de la creme, the best of the best. But even then, all this shit stank. All right. You look at the history, how they came into being. They came into being on the backs of slavery and destruction of the indigenous people here, which is the Israelites. All right. Half the shit that you sell in our country, you can't sell in their countries.
Right.
They say, "Oh,
Garbage.
you can't have." Well, Heinz got 2 different products of ketchup. Over there, it's different. It's only 5 ingredients versus over here.
Yeah, that's what like damn near all the products,
Yes.
like from Fanta to
Dude.
everything.
Yeah.
Like
To
they
Ritz,
actually,
to Ritz
yeah.
crackers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
20,000
Everything, man.
ingredients. Why you got all these fucking ingredients and like just making bread? It's a few fucking ingredients. It ain't a goddamn A through Z fucking list.
5 ingredients.
That's
Matter
it.
of fact, we get bread from Jewel, the brand Izio, and it has 5 ingredients. But then when we at Pete's, they got another one. And that one at Pete's is even better than Izio's. Izio's is 5. But that one at Pete's, it seemed like it's just plain only 5 ingredients. I'm like, seriously, like flour, salt, water, I like the basics. And I tell you, it's like eating crack rock. I'm not a bread guy. I was like, "Hey, run me a couple more slices of that bread," because it was actually real bread. All right. See, now I was watching a report from a lady. She said she just moved back in from overseas, and she said her kid grew up overseas, and she said within a couple of weeks of being back over here, her kid is telling her, "I don't want that, Mom. That's not real food." She's telling her that the chicken's not real, that the apple's not real, the fruit's not real. And now she's like, I can't really blame her because I'm eating in this like, this ain't, well, this one bitch said, I came back over from overseas to the States. She's like, I damn near got diarrhea, just got the shits. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, this is, one woman said she was, grew up over here, went overseas, and she's overseas. She said she never seen over here, the cream, not the regular, what's that cream cheese? She'll have the cream cheese never go bad. They'll have it for months, She said, have carrots, never go bad, whatever. She said she's overseas, got the normal stuff that she get. She said she saw fuzz and in a couple of days on the carrots. She said she saw fuzz on the cream cheese. She said, I never seen. She said, what the fuck are they putting in American food where it don't go bad?
It's all them chemicals and they call it preservatives.
Yeah, because bread, as we were talking about the bread, like with the Italians, they make real bread, and they mold it their bread would get molded. They just pick the mold off and eat the rest of the bread.
Yeah,
because real bread should mold.
All
You know?
damn near food should mold,
Right.
depending
That's
on
the point.
where, when, and how.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things like honey, it won't. You
Right.
keep honey right,
It is.
honey will stay for thousands of years.
Exactly.
Wine, thousands of years. All right. Don't bring me the motherfucking bread. I tell you right now, this was made from peach. We ain't got a peach, you know. But man, I tell you, y'all can tease me because it was a full thing of bread a couple of days ago. But it's the Bakers by Franher Bakery. Put your little light on there because I can't see with this darkness. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, I like
What does that say?
Flour, water, salt, dark rye, and what is that? Is that malt?
Yeah, malt.
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 else?
5 or 6.
Like barley, the
That is
five.
that is five. Yeah,
Five ingredients: flour, water, salt, dark rye, and malt. That's it.
So,
That's it. And I will not tell you. That's why it's only one slice. It was five. Because you can't go wrong with righteous ingredients, man.
and that's actually one of the better breads to eat is sourdough.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't even
they're good.
I don't even eat any outside of that now. I saw because it's hard to find a good bread that's period. But then the best bread you can find is a good sourdough. Because then a good sourdough will only have about 5 ingredients and that's it. Like I said, the Izio brand is really good too. It only has 5 ingredients, 5 or 6 or something like that. And it's really tasty. But even this one just had I will say the Izio got different types. They got the San Francisco type. They got the rusted potato one. They got a couple of different styles of it, and they were all good. This is the only one I've seen in this one. But I promise you, you can't mess up quality food. All right, but you go overseas, you're not going to find a lot of American products over there with the exact same ingredients. They either had to modify them to their standards, or Davis won't sell it over there.
It's banned. A lot of
It's
the
banned,
foods in America are banned overseas.
Let's just let you know it goes into the nation.